Almighty protector of the sun and sky, I beg of thee, please heed my cry. Transform thyself from orb of light and bring me victory in this fight. I beseech thee, grace our humble game. But first I shall call out thy name, Winged Dragon of Ra! That's right. There are many iconic trios and trinities within Yu-Gi-Oh! And on this channel, we have released a Slifer video and an Obelisk video. But until now, there's not been a Ra video. And today is when that changes. It is time to play the Winged Dragon of Ra and make it meta. Now, before we get into the deck breakdown, I want to remind you guys that I look to the comment section for inspiration for what decks to make meta in the next episode. So if you guys want to see your favorite archetype or strategy being made meta, then please comment down below. I know there's a lot of comments. I promise I will get to as many as I can week after week. But also, we are rapidly approaching 100,000 subscribers. I'd love to do so by the end of the year, so please subscribe, as well as like the video before moving on. Now, that said, let's talk about Ra. So Ra is, in the show, the most powerful of the gods. But in reality and in the TCG, it is actually the weakest because it cannot be special summoned. As well as its effects are kind of bad. It can get massive attack points, but you can do that with so many gimmick combos that it's not that special. And its effect to pay life points to destroy things is also kind of just worse than removal spells like Dark Hole. As well as doing so contradicts with its effect to gain attack points, meaning you can't, in tandem, gain a bunch of attack, nuke the field, and go for game, because that would be too convenient for Konami. In recent years, Konami has been up for that, by giving Ra more support cards than any of the other gods. And there are some really good ones from that. This includes Ra getting unique forms, a Sphere mode, and Immortal Phoenix.
I just don't know how I'm going to get around this unbreakable board.
And this does fit the lore of the show, because we do see that Ra comes in different shapes and sizes, whereas Obelisk and Slifer just come in one copy or one version of themselves. These two pieces help build your game plan. Sphere mode can sacrifice your opponent's entire field and be given to your opponents, and upon returning to you, can be sacrificed to summon the actual Winged Dragon of Ra. Whereas Immortal Phoenix comes out when your Ra dies, which you can do by your own accord, which we'll get to in a second, or if your opponent kills it. Once it comes out from the graveyard, it is cannot negate it, it is unaffected by card effects, it's just crazy. It is also a huge stat line, and then by paying 1,000 life points, as much as you want, you can kill a card. So you machine gun your opponent's field away, and a 4,000 attack god smites your opponent. So this trio within the trio is the core of the deck. But the real star is actually one of the support cards, and that is the duo of Guardian Slime and Egyptian God Slime. So we're taking a page out of Merrick's book, not the Pharaoh. Egyptian God Slime is a crazy fusion that requires an Aqua monster and a level 10 Water monster. But it can also be summoned by tributing one level 10 Aqua with 0 attack field. That's your Guardian Slime. It can be treated as 3 tributes, which immediately sets up your Ra, as well as gives you some targeting protection. Guardian Slime can summon itself and take damage, but more importantly, when it's sent from hand or field to grave, adds a Winged Dragon or Ra card from your deck to your hand, which is great because it's other search cards as well, and it all cycles together. The True Sun God acts as another searcher, as well as it's your way of getting your Immortal Phoenix into play. Ancient Chant gets your Ra, as well as gives you attack points to boost, so Ra can actually kill opponents and pop things. And more niche cards like Millennium Revelation and Blaze Cannon can be accessed any time with these search cards to make sure that your Ra extends through any disruption your opponent may have and kill them in one fireball. Now that we've outlined the main focus of the Ra deck, I want to discuss a couple choices I made. You see, as I was building this deck, I didn't want to just give you guys a generic Ra deck that everyone else, like Syriax, has posted with Horus cards. And there are Horus cards in my deck. They synergize extremely well with Ancient Chant and Guardian Slime. But I felt like more could be done. So my idea was to take that synergy a step further. I've identified that Guardian Slime and God Slime are the most central pieces to the deck for me. They give you access to all your Ra cards, as well as tribute fodder, as well as targeting protection, and even level 10 access can be useful for XYZ plays. So I've included a small package on one of my favorite archetypes in here, Tier Element, because Tier Element monsters gain an effect when they go to the graveyard by card effect. They fusion summon. Instead of making the normal Tier Element fusions, you can use an Aqua monster and a Guardian Slime to make God Slime. All of this culminates in a powerful go second deck that'll send the opponent out in a blaze of glory. All right. I have lost the roll up against a BF player, and our hand looks pretty solid. We have a variety of disruptions at our disposal right now. We will be drawing some cards. And that is all we're really looking for. Right now, obviously, this is not enough to kill, but that is given with my hand the way it is. Ooh, it's Blackwing. I actually don't play real hand traps, so if they can FTK me in some sorts, I may lose. But hopefully they'll end on like a half field. As they get to search. I'm probably gonna have to maxi on resolution. We'll take a look based on what they add. Okay, they added a card that doesn't special summon, so we'll chill. Even if I maxi though, then I will have to shuffle back a lot of the cards in my hand end of the turn anyways for the Charmy effect. So we'll have to just keep that in mind. At least I have Kaiju to draw into. I have Sphere Mode as well. So actually, I'm not worried about him making a field. I changed my mind. He just has to not FTK me. All right, so when this resolves, Maxi will come down. We'll see if they'll leave. They might just say, nah, I'm out of here. And that's the problem with any going second deck I built that is Charmy Maxi based. I think it's for the sake of showcasing. People will just leave. Okay, this guy went end phase, loses his field. And I should be really all set to just go for a nice kill shot here. I don't have a huge field, so I'm in a huge hand of monsters. Not like crazy stuff that can happen, but don't need that much going on. If I go grab Monster Born off this, so if I like, hold on. If I grab Raw, send it for Reborn, summon it back, pop. No, I won't have the True Sun God in play. What if I get that into play? How do I get Guardian Slime on board? I don't think I can. So what's the go-to? What's the motive? I could Foolish for Raw and add the Immortal Phoenix. Then Immortal Phoenix him. That's not good either. Maybe I just don't use this. If I just get Raw, summon it with God Slime. Is that good? No, it's not. All right, let's think for a second here. Yeah, so I can't gain life points if I summon it with Monster Reborn. So this won't actually help me in the way that I really wanted to, which is a little sad. What else can I add off Small World that does anything? I have no way of taking life points. I was playing Trick Clown before this, but and that would have helped me a ton here. And I figured it was only ever good in this like exact game state, which is ironic because that is the exact game state I find myself in. I can clear the field, then make Varadris. That feels bad. I don't like that. Adding Monster Reborn. What if I make a second God Slime? Okay, I think I see it. I see what I have to do. Okay. So first I have to Foolish for Guardian Slime. We'll check for Toggle here. They don't have Maxi though. I have something. I mean, they don't have Ash Blossom. They might have Maxi. They would have used that by now. Let's take Grief in the grave. Not Grief. Get that in the grave. And now I need to add that to hand. So I'm going to do something in a Small World here. I'm going to get to the Rhino Heart. It doesn't matter. What the I guess I was not prepared for that. Okay. How do I approach this then? I can make Guardian Slime regardless. But then how do I kill it? I can't kill the other monster. And I can kill both. But does he have follow-up? He has this in hand, Shamal. I'll save the Grief for next turn, I guess. This feels not brilliant, obviously, but I don't really have a great choice. Oh, actually, I see a different play. No. Ah! People leave when I play tier cards. Why? I hate all of you. I actually hate all of you. I hate you. Because I know you guys. I know playing with the high ranks and players, you just don't stick around. So I'll send from deck to grave my Chelman Sharon. But instead of using for slime, I'll make it Kalos. And I'll use the Peruli in my grave alongside the Sharon because I have an extra Aqua there. Then I can use Kid Kalos to add from deck to hand Chelman Sharon. From there, I can then use Kid Kalos' effect, sending itself from field to grave to summon out the Sharon. Or actually, I can send the Rhino Heart. I'm gonna do that instead, because then I can revive the Rhino Heart by sending the Grief. So it gives me an extra monster field for damage. Then I'm going to make Dugaris with my on-field Rhino Heart and my Sharon. From there, I can revive one monster from my grave at the cost of next turn's battle phase. Because then I get to revive Guardian Slime. From there, we make God Slime. We get to search from our deck whatever we need. In this case, it can be Ancient Chant. Ancient Chant, add Raw. I have an extra summon this turn. Banish Enchantment Grave to give it some extra attack points. Summon the Raw, gain attack points, and then Raw, in a single attack, will smite the opponent. And our opponents didn't let us do that. But I just want you guys to see the vision and why the tier cards are cool, because I feel like any replays that I'm going to have of this deck, if I don't show the tier cards, or if I show the tier cards, people just leave. One day people will get over their tier trauma, and you'll realize the beauty and the flexibility and the awesomeness that is Telement. All right. I am up against Luck Wee, and I have lost. No, I won the roll, but I have elected to make them start. I wonder if this is a Malice opponent. Either which way, starting off with a Moltrami Perulia is sure to have some impact on them. There's a toggle here. They could have a hand trap. They're going to Ash it. Okay. If it's more likely to resolve here. Remember, the Moltramis say you can only use 2 Moltramis per turn, so I cannot activate any other Moltramis after the Fualos. But that is fine. Fualo should slow them down enough or give us enough resources to push through anything Lucky Wee can kind of throw at us. Let's see if it has Malice. Nope, not necessarily. Okay, so they decided to Ash Perulia. It's unlikely that the Engraver is their only card that has an engine here, because if that was the case, the Perulia actually just wouldn't do anything, because they didn't. Perulia is bad against Fiendsmith cards. So yeah, we'll wait and see. Starting off the track here. Okay, I'm gonna guarantee draws of Fua. So you have 2 options with Fulas against Fiendsmith cards. You can use it as soon as the Fable Lurie hits the field, which will be a second after he adds and discards it. And what this does is it limits the potential and the power of his deck, but gives you nothing because he can just pass there. It gives them the choice if they want to summon the Requiem and give you the card or nothing. If you wait for them to summon a Requiem and use it on the Requiem's effect, they develop further into the play, but you guarantee a draw. So that is the choice we have to make. You have to decide how much you value the draw. Because I value the draw a lot in this deck, and in this hand, because I want fodder for both the horse cards and Small World, I'm going to wait until the Requiem uses its ability, and then I'm going to use Fualos. But it's not a catch-all situation where, against Fiendsmith, wait for Requiem or wait for Lurie. You need to know why to do which, and then make the assessment accordingly. So now, when he uses this effect, I will chain the Fualos. Okay, so what they're doing here is they're doing a smart setup, where now they can go Samsara effect, and if I chain Fua, they can chain Requiem to minimize the damage to them. Yeah. I'm still doing this. Obviously, I still think I have to. This will mean that you can chain the Requiem, though, and doesn't give me 2 draws to develop the Yubel here. Yeah. Tribute, short, and you'll see here, my hands are off. The mouse, it'll give me no option to toggle for the Fualos. Not allowed. I love how I'll like switch between the anime. I said emo for a second. Anime mode Jesse, with evil laughs and instructional Jesse. But that is partially why I hope you guys watch me. It's because I can give you guys very meaningful lessons about the game. But it's a good draw. That gives me some much needed Egyptian God engine, which is I could have accessed a Small World, but obviously when your opponent's developing a field, you'd rather use this. Well, you don't have to use Small World for this, but if you can use it for like a Gamma Seal, then it's kind of appreciated. All right, so they're going to develop a little bit further. Nightmare Pain here will force me to attack Yubel, which will reflect the damage to me. I can kill myself with Raw. I will not let that happen. I'm very privy to how this deck works. Nightmare Pain Yubel, which will give us a draw here. They probably will not play into this because none of them fool us, unlikely to give us a 3rd monster. But what this is going to do is negate a monster effect. I'm going to equip it to Engraver. Sure, I guess. That doesn't really make a difference. They're going to pass here. Okay. So this Fualos here is not completely dead for our own turn, because what we can do with it is we can Fualos, and then when he uses this Phantom of Yubel's effect, it will destroy from the deck a Spirit Yubel. Spirit Yubel can then special summon Yubel from the deck. So that's something I will have to keep in mind as an option for my opponent. So the reason I have to be careful versus Maxi is this deck has an extra hand trap that's not traditional, and that's going to be the Spirit of Yubel. So when I attack, it can summon itself from the hand, and the Nightmare Pain will redirect the attacks, alt in Yubel, and reflect it. And I'll just die. What that means is I need to be prepared to give him, if I'm giving him draws under Maxi, I need to be able to kill him either very few draws, or in a way that cannot lose to Spirit of Yubel. That's kind of what I'm assessing right now. How do I beat Spirit of Yubel? Because I think every play that I make is going to be a surplus to draws, right? If a Children plays, when tier plays are only really one draw, right? It's only the Guardian Slime that gives him a card. So if I go like Small World for Rhino Heart, make Guardian Slime, this is assuming this gets negated. So I guess actually what I'm saying I have to do here, what I want to do, is if I can SP the Nightmare Pain, that would be completely ideal. If I had a Havness in the deck, this would actually be way easier. So maybe I should be playing 2 tier names, because what I could do is I can fuse for Kit, send Havness, then make Guardian Slime, and turn the Kit and the Rhino into SP to get Nightmare Pain, and I can direct my attacks towards Engraver, and I'll be Gucci. I think I will do this. I think I have enough cards that I can just rip Fualos. Because this is not helping me remotely, this sphere mode. Alright, and then I'm going to go grab the Guardian Slime. And I do expect this Imseti to provoke my opponents here. Yeah, we're going to ditch the Guardian Slime. That sets me up nicely for follow-up. Now they have to think. I think they have to negate this. If they don't negate this, it is incredibly easy for me to kill them. Yeah. This does give me a draw and a search, though, in theory. And this is before they've drawn any cards off Maxi, which is the entire point of my plays here. Get to search off this. What do I want off this? I'm almost certain it's just... I guess, is it ever... I'm gonna say, is it ever that card? Huh. Interesting. Millennium Revelation. How does this help me now? This lets me make SP in theory a little bit easier. If I add Raw off of Small World, I can banish Sphere Mode, banish Trizikuru, and then get Raw. No, that's not very good. It probably has to be Ancient Chant still. Probably still Ancient Chant. Okay, it's fine. It is fine. This is still good though, because this turns this into a Monster Reborn, which makes summoning SP super easy. He actually didn't leave anything engraved for me to make SP with. I can't Monster Reborn this. And he took this out of the grave, which is really funny. But I can just Monster Reborn and make Guardian Slime. I don't need to use Kakalis for that. So let's do this, I guess, now, just before he draws Ash. My time's running a little low at this point, so I need to speed up a little bit. But I have an idea what I want to do. So I think I'll be okay. I need to get Rhinoheart off this then, right? That's what I'm trying to do. So how do I get Rhinoheart off this? I can reveal this, reveal Gamma Seal, reveal Rhinoheart. Let's do the reverse. Yeah. So let's do that, I guess, first. Send a Divine Beast. I'm going to send the Sphere Mode here. That way we can still Tribute Summon. Grab Monster Reborn. And then I'm going to do this. Now I'm going to activate Small World. This will grab the Rhino Hearts. I'm going to show him Seti. I'm going to banish the Gamma Seal. And then that'll let me get Rhino Heart. Yeah, perfect. Okay. All lines up very neatly. This is my additional summon here. No, first I want to make... No, this is fine. It's fine. I don't think I'll get Valor. I guess Valor I'll reassess, but yeah. I was debating if I wanted to use Monster Reborn first or this first. And this first is fine. Alright, let's make Kikalos. Put back Sharon and put back the Perulia. So this leaves this engraved to revive off of Monster Reborn. Effect to add from neck to hand. It doesn't really matter what I add off this. If he ashes this, then great. Add to hand, yes. Fine. Monster Reborn, the Guardian Slime. And then I'll make the God Slime. And then I'll make SP, banishing the Nightmare Pain. That way I don't have to redirect my attacks.
Pharaoh, meet my Egyptian god Slime. You'll never stop him.
Okay, perfect. Now I'll go into SP Little Knight. Banish or Link 1, Link 2. Attacking directly won't matter this turn. Use the effects, try this. And if he... Oh, shit, Nibiru. Crap. Well, I can get rid of my monsters, I guess, but... That is a shame. I can't stop that. Damn, that was the only card I lost to. Because I played around Valor because the SP stops targeting. And the God Slime stops targeting on SP. Now I am unfortunately out of plays. All of the SP is Disruption still, and he can't attack under the True Sun God. That is my only hope for winning in this moment, and he can't target either right now either. So I have some stuff going for me, but with his Fiendsmith set up in Grave, it's not great. And of course, I did give them a full hand again under Maxi. I don't think I had a choice. Just passing isn't very good against this deck. Phantom Yugioh. I also said 1 in Master Duel. Is at 2? It's at 2. So you can make it again like instantly. Which will turn off SP relatively quickly. I'm gonna... He knows my entire hand. I can't even bluff. Yeah, my entire recipe for success here will be hope that he doesn't realize this card stops him from attacking this turn. People forget this card is a floodgate, not just a searcher. But if our opponent is heads up, they will win here. Beckoning Beast, they're trying to cycle stuff back. Yeah, I'll chill. They just converted to more bodies, right? Yeah, so I just turned off now. That's rough, man. It's only Nibiru I lose to. Play down everything else. Yeah, because the next play would have been Tribute Summon this over this. Goes up to 12,900 or 11,900. 10,900? 33,000 plus 79, 10,900. I don't know why that's so hard for me. And then attack over Engraver, and I'll have to attack Debo. So even though he has Spirit, he still dies. Of course, it didn't work out that way. Second one of these. Okay. So he would have been able to add it back anyways with this card. No, it's banished. So the second one does matter. Alright. Hopefully he tries to reflect kill me with my own god. Because that is a pretty common game plan for this deck. Go battle phase. Go battle phase. Go battle phase. Come on, make the mistake. Fall into my trap. It is your destiny. I'm going all Emperor Palpatine. No! Don't XYZ summon. Trap. Alright, that also still doesn't answer the True Sun God yet. But again, if they just know that that's what they have to beat, they will beat me. Engraver. Okay. So they can send the God Slime. That's whatever. I don't mind that too much. I don't love it, but... No! The sequence! Alright, I'll try and... No, I can't even try and negate this because Vardras just pops this too. Alright, I think it's over, guys. I think they caught on to my little charade. That's 3 for Desiree. And with that, I think my fate is sealed. He tries to equip. Oh, SB banished. Nightmare Bane, okay. Even though these both beat it in theory, and it doesn't matter anymore. I think I have a single win condition, and it is him blundering. I mean, let's try banishing now, I guess. Maybe he'll think it's his bait and let it go through. No, yeah, no. They're on the up and up. They know better. I'm out of chainables. That'd be all I got. It's a destroy card here with attachment on the card if they want. Yep, they can pop the Sun God and I lose. Damn. At this point, I think the Egyptian gods are too far well known for me to get away with that sort of gimmick. Although every once in a while, that little red line of text that the monsters cannot attack when they're summoned, it gets somebody, and it's the decider of the game. This is over though. All right, with no way to defend myself, I will just concede. I'm not going to make this guy play through it all. He's not playing for any cool animations the way I was, so you got it, friend. Nibiru! Damn thing. Not even Nibiru my raw. He waited until... Oh, what didn't... God damn it. It's alright. It happens. Alright. I have lost the roll up against our Japanese friend over here. And I think that's Japanese. But no problems. We're chilling for now. None of our 8 draw cards from the opponent's first turn, unfortunately. Doesn't mean we've lost, though. Our hand looks fine for the time being. One day apiece. Okay, well, now I have something. Wait, what the... It's Crooked Cook Exodia. Okay, but how does he win if he banishes an Exodia piece? Final countdown. Final freaking countdown. Alright, well, this game's not going to be hard. His entire game plan hinges on the fact I cannot beat a Crooked Cook. And I'm going to show him I do not care about a Crooked Cook. So, for those who know what Crooked Cook does, while controlling other cards in the field, this card is unaffected by other cards' effects. So, we plan to never play a card again, and Final Countdown will beat him. You say I have to attack over it. Well, no, because the material, Right Hand Shark, says this card is material, this card comes here by battle. So, I can't kill it by battle. The Final Countdown will require 20 turns. But I am not worried. I am not worried. Now, first thing I want to do is get my graveyard set up. I should use the Royal Rare. I'm a disgrace. I need to get Coach King Giant Trainer online. So let's do that real quick. So that's we get set up my grave. Set up my graves. First get the horses engraved. Then we'll have the fuel to make Coach King Giant Trainer. Which Coach King Giant Trainer will accomplish is to draw us 3 cards and closer to our Kaijus or Small World, any which will do the trick. I'm keeping this Sharon in hand. That way I just have a monster to banish if I draw a Small World specifically. My Horus Monsters. Yes, unaffected by others' card effects. These are all card effects. But this will be fine. I have no problems with this. This will chip away at his life points even further. Unless Immortal Phoenix has some random pierce effect I didn't know about. No, it doesn't pierce. It's actually funny, none of the guards pierce. You just keep setting monsters, and in theory, they can't break through the defenses. But, no. I do have other answers, thankfully. So this is going to be an easy game. If I lose, I'd be very surprised. Immortal Phoenix, 800 damage. Okay, wait. Then if it was a monster, 800 damage to your opponent. I didn't do damage. One day apiece. Okay. I'll remember that. Let's draw. Okay. Ancient Chant. Doesn't really help us. I'm going to deck thin out this Ancient Chant in the grave, because I do want it there. And I'll put this in grave as well, which is just convenient for me. I may as well summon this even if it's not going to do anything this turn. Let's draw one more. Forbidden Droplet. So nothing that's going to satisfy my needs at the moment. I'm going to have to just wait here for the time being. I can't kill, obviously, under day of peace. I'm not in a rush. So we just pass. I guess I set Droplet just for whatever reason he starts playing. I could catch him off guard, but it's all for now. 32 cards in deck. I need to draw either Small World or a Kaiju, and I have 2 Kaijus. So I have 5 answers in my deck, essentially. And I have ways of drawing extra cards if I need to. Dugaris is not great. I just skip a draw phase if I have to do it, but should have come to it. I'll be ready with Dugaris. Guardian Slime. This will let me deck thin another Imseti out of the deck. And then I'll be able to search off Guardian Slime as well. Send back to grave. I'm probably going to send the last Imseti as well, just to keep deck thinning. I don't know what I'm doing with any of this. True Sun God doesn't really matter. Yeah, being able to attack doesn't actually matter. But it's deck thinning, so it's probably worth it. Right, add from deck to hand. Let's add this. I'll deck the next turn. So I'll keep one of the things in deck. So I have a discard outlet for next turn as well. Do I want to revive this turn? Reviving right now doesn't do anything. I can make Zeus. So I can trigger tier effects. I don't think I need that. Yeah, that's not good. That's not. What am I talking about? It's good to always talk through your possible plays because it's always possible there's something that's playable that's worthwhile. Just in this case, don't think there is. If I get 2 of these up, I can make Varudris. But I don't think the Omnigate matters ever. I'm not going to summon these for no reason, so we wait. The clock will eventually strike 0 on me. I will run out of time. I'm confident. But I could get extremely unlucky. I could end up getting extremely unlucky. I cannot rule that out altogether. Another True Sun God. Okay, not helpful. So let's throw away the Guardian Slime again. And from the deck to the hand, send Imseti. And from the deck to the hand, we can add something. Let's add Millennium Revelation, I guess. Haven't gotten through that yet. It's let me cycle Monster Reborn to some degree. But I still have enough targets for this to get a Kaiju. I can reveal this, banishing Rhino Heart to get Gamma Seal. So yeah, that's still a viable option. Level 4 into water. Yeah, okay. So let's continue deck thinning a little bit. And then we'll send the Immortal Phoenix. Yep. Nothing pierces. Nothing pierces. Otherwise, this would be such an easy answer. Double the damage. I can not make it attack directly. Come on, surely there's some hidden ability. Gain original attack. 10 all monster controls to the grave. Yep, doesn't do anything. Doesn't do anything. Not right now, at least. All right, that's gonna be it. That's gonna be all I've got. 24 cards in my deck. I still have 5 draws out of this, so 1 in 5 cards essentially will end the game at my opponent's turn. And phase here. All right. Again, I do have some last-ditch efforts I can try pull off. Wrong Tailment Grief. So at some point that will let me make, do Garish to draw 2 cards. So I'll have to keep in mind. Let's Reborn the Guardian Slime. Just back then even further. If I played Vampires on Vampire, would that be good? I don't want to mill cards though, right? Because milling cards means I could mill the thing I need. And I don't play Keldor Medora, even though they're in the Egyptian God pack. That would help me out here. Alright, my God Slime, unfortunately, is not exactly piercing. So yeah, just grab whatever from deck to hand. I may as well add Monster Reborn, and then I can just add it back with Ancient Chant. So it's not a problem. There's the constant flow of deck thinning. This isn't actually deck thin anything, but it sets me up better to deck thin next turn. That way I can keep just cycling the Monster Reborn. Ancient Chant, get it back. I won't need my normal summon the turn I kill him. I'm already set up enough in that regard. So yeah, end phase. I'm gonna go to the Sun God. It does not do anything. True Sun God, be gone. All right, almost halfway there, which is scary. I do have still 5 outs. I've decked in 2 cards last turn, which isn't a lot of cards to deck thin. There will come a point where I have to use Dagaris though. My friends, that should do it. I'm going to activate Monster Reborn on our Guardian Slime again. Just because, you know, my opponents to have multiple gods, you know, chasing after them. I messed this up. All right, another God Slime. And I can make Varjas if I need to. Not that I need to, per se. All right, deck to hand. We can get another Ancient Chant. I think I have third one in the deck still. Yeah, perfect. I don't want to clock my back row, which is why I haven't done anything else. Let's summon out Imseti. I guess I should have been summoning Imseti every turn. That way I can do a giant-ass Raw, but this is still big enough. This is still big-ass enough Raw. I don't know why I summoned this one. This is going to be the weakest one. It's fine, because this makes Harbinger. This is what I was thinking. This is the most damage. Actually, would have been better if I still had another Imseti in the grave. Could wait a turn, but that's stupid as well. There's Captain SF. Now I'm going to use Ancient Chant's in graveyard effect. It's time to summon the almighty Egyptian god.
Envelop the deserts with your glow and cast your rage upon my foe. Winged dragon of Ra!
I wonder if they'll let me Blaze Cannon for everything. Gain some attack points. Look at that. Look at that. I can revive Immortal Phoenix, but that seems silly. How big this is. Next up, Small World. No, I do not want to negate myself. So the Sharon, and I have to banish the Rhino Heart. And the Rhino Heart gets me the Gamma Seal. And I'm sorry, my friend. You may thought you were chillin', but you are not. Next, I play Blaze Cannon. And I'm going to get up to 12,000 attack, not 12,000, 25,000 attack points here. Don't concede. Let me go for this. Battle phase. Attack. No! You... You coward! You fool! No! I just want to watch the animation. I just want to show you. All right. I've lost the roll up against Blood Money, who with the Malice icon might... Nope, they're not playing Malice. 40 cards with no extra deck. Nice Fuwa loss in my hand. That's great. Okay, our hand looks fine, though. We have no way of activating Guardian Slime at the moment, so our combos aren't online yet. Great time to draw Maxi Fuwa. It'd be like that sometimes. Alright, set 2 pass. I mean, I should be grateful their hand isn't very good either. That's... Yes, I'm passing. Toggle goes over to them real quick. Have anything in the main phase? It's True Kings. If they tribute summon, I can chain Perulia. They didn't activate the effect though, right? Okay, that doesn't matter versus my deck in theory. I don't know what I'm doing with this. I'm just going to throw this down. Maybe they respond with this to summon from hand. And then I can chain Perulia. Nope, nice. Alright, well. Anyways. I will play it slow. I'm going to draw phase Perulia them to force them to pass back to me because they don't want to give me any draws, I assume. Well, maybe I should want them to attack. That way I can trigger Guardian Slime. I don't know, maybe they won't mind giving me one draw to summon a monster. True Draco Floods. I don't think I mind that because my deck doesn't need the extra deck like that. Except pass. Yeah, maybe I wasn't supposed to do that. I don't want them to summon. Droplet. If I play Small Worlds and 3 King Sarks and all that, I should be consistent, but even a tier card would have helped me play there a lot. This is not doing anything. I will just pass again. Okay. Let's see what they have. 4 in hand. I shouldn't die to this deck. Like, True Draco can be aggressive, but not 8,000 damage from out of nowhere aggressive. If I take 1 hit, then the rest can be kind of made up pretty easily. As well as 3 True Draco monsters can't really kill unless the Diagram's in the field, so until Diagram comes down, it's not as scary. Attacking Apophis. Okay, I'm surprised they go to that over anything else. Okay, there's Diagram to help them amp up the heat a little bit. So I must be a little careful. gonna pop another diagram. Okay, so their hand is a little clogged by the looks of things. They're gonna get Masterpiece. Of course, will be unaffected by card effects if they decide to start blowing things up, but nope. Okay, cool. I'll take my 28, and this is actually what I want because I can summon Guardian Slime. And the damage chef, these cannot trigger, I believe. I'm almost certain. Yeah, they cannot, so this is safe. This will not give him a free card, which is even better for me. And yeah, I think he will just pass back to me, maybe set a card face down. Cool. So in his arsenal, he can set this, pop my monster with return. That is a phenomenal draw. That is like the best possible draw in my deck, actually. I'm going to let this rip first. You can see what I draw before making any other decisions. If you change the trap here, that's fine. Droplet actually solos this Masterpiece because he doesn't have any spell cards right now. I can set Apocalypse, which will half my attack, which is important to keep track of that. After the lose one turn does turn all my special summon monsters to defense mode, so anything I summon, Guardian Slime, or God Slime, Horse monsters, all will go to defense. All right, second King Sark. It's not bad. I'm going to throw that down. Maybe that irks a reaction out of him, or he feels like he can 2-for-1 trade easily. Perfect. All right. He does feel like he can trade this. So what he's going to do is he's going to sack off his monsters for Masterpiece, pop the slime, and I'll chain my droplets to kind of say I don't give a fuck. And it will just negate the Masterpiece, which is awesome. Going for double trap. Interesting. I don't agree with that play. Now it's affected by monsters. And he already has ability to pop this. And blam, pop. Cool. So I can just chain Forbidden Droplet, sack this off, and then I'll deal with that. And that is super easy. Cool. Sorry, my friend. Not really sorry, though. You're playing True Draco. You get no sympathy. You get no sympathy. Easy come, easy go. Little high, little low. Let's fire off the ancient chant. And I search the winged dragon of Ra. Yes, yes. Get your toggle out of the way, my friend. Blood money, I shall make you bleed like you have never bled before. Negated. Peace. Master of it, you say. You shall know pain. I go into a Naruto mode. I sound like a villain. Maybe that's the point. Eric's the villain, right? And if I'm not playing the other gods, am I really the pharaoh? I have Slifer, I guess, right here at my side. In the dual field. If I can get this thing to go away. Click off the freaking grave, please. Or not. Just there we go. There. Next effect. Don't need another one of these. Send from deck to grave. Special summon. Oh, what don't I need? Let's just keep the blazing blaze cannon. True Sun God. I'm sorry. Go away for now. I could have kept that on field and got rid of whatever searched off it, but whatever. I'm happy because I'm happy. These may be in defense mode this turn, but the Ra I summon won't be. 1, 2, 3.
This is the last monster you'll ever see, little Joey.
Hear my cry! Now effects to gain some attack points. Battle phase. Masterpiece. It's over. It's live by battle, death by fire. Draco scum. Was I the villain? I was purging the world of all these cancerous decks today. Final countdown. Be gone. True Draco. Be gone. Doesn't matter. Blackwing FTK. Well, you know this was an FTK, but let's be real. That deck is cancer. Be gone. All right. I have won the Raw versus Hytham. But obviously we have chosen second and our hand looks solid. We have some disruption as well as we have some engine here. And here the small world will access our Guardian Slime should we need it to. We can small world into Perulia, into Guardian Slime because they're all waters, which is very convenient and they share no other attributes. Probably other ways to do it as well, but we'll see. We'll play nice and slow for now. Obviously, it feels bad to manage a horse monster. That's why I play a full suite of 4 as well. Just to give myself as many as possible. Okay, fusion summon here. We're going to summon out... Oh shit, is that just a Dragoon? That is raw Dragoon. Pharaoh, Royal Dragoon. Alright, we're getting all anime up in here now. Shit. Alright, we have a duel. Special summon Cartesia, normal summon. Let's normal summon Cartesia. That draw was fantastic for us. What this Cartesia has in store, I have no idea. We shall find out. Draw. A happy. I think let's choose Sun God. I don't think he'll negate this. If he negates it though, then I just went with horse cards. Which is lame, but fine. No, it's not. Never mind. I have Guardian Slime, so I can just small roll for Guardian Slime and yeah. Be fine. So this should be good. Now lad, from my deck to my hand. Maxi! Alright, now he can't negate. I wonder if that was an oversight from them. Okay, now until I summon, he cannot negate me. Which means I am a relatively free play for now. And I'll add Guardian Slime from deck to hand. Effect, sending Guardian Slime from deck to the hand to the grave. I wish I could sphere mode this year. Alright, let's draw. What do we get here? We got Ancient Chant already. That is pretty good. That is pretty good. So I guess I get Blaze Cannon? So I do this now. Add to my hand Winged Dragon of Ra. How do I get a Kaiju off this? I can reveal this, then reveal Perulia, then get Gamma Seal, right? No, they're both Aquas. I can't do that. I can reveal Rhino Heart, though, and then get Gamma Seal. Okay. I don't want him to... So, one thing about here is I can't have him fuse this off. So, let's use this from the grave. That is perfect. Now I'm going to do a small world away the Dwamatef or a Kaiju. I just really hope they don't concede. Please don't concede. Please don't concede. I'm going to send away Rhino Heart. I guess Emissary also works. Get Gamma Seal, I think. Yeah, cool. Cool, that's there. And I have to do this all before summoning my first monster. Now I can Kaiju this. Actually, no. First, I need to put in Grave. So now I send Happy, right? Because I need to get all of them set up. That way I'm activating no effects until he is dead after I give him a card in hand. That is the idea here. Now we're going to Kaiju over this Cartesia. Summoning from the graveyard, Cabanesif, Imseti. This will protect us from like any rogue Veilers and shit. And yeah, this should be good. Now we'll normal summon the Winged Dragon of Ra, and it should be massive after this. Yes. I'll use my effects to gain all the attack points I could possibly need. Battle phase. Attack! Dragoon! Boom! Thank you for not conceding, High Time. You're a good sport. Let's go! That is why I play Small World. Lets you bridge together all the pieces you need for an impossible to stop victory. All right, that was the Winged Dragon of Ra. And with that, that means I have now officially built all 3 Egyptian gods in their own deck, as well as one deck with them all combined. But as new cards come out for general themes, as well as support for the gods, it doesn't mean I won't ever revisit them in the future. If you guys have any cool ways of using the gods you haven't really felt have been explored or seen in other channels, then let me know. I always appreciate inspiration. But even other decks, let me know and we'll make them meta. Now, if you want to see the full deck list, you can see the entire deck list as well as deck lists from every other Let's Make a Meta video on my Patreon. If you sign up for the free tier, you will be able to access the Google Drive that gives you every deck list. Make sure you guys go check that out if you guys want to see all of the options available to you. And you can see what other videos there are as well if you're interested in looking at maybe the other God card videos in the series. Now, with that said, myself and Ra shall bid you adieu. Get your game on. Wrong series, I know.